including our KBC digital app. Straight to the news. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has recovered illegally acquired assets worth 3.4 billion shillings in the 2024-25 financial year, up from 2.9 billion recovered in the previous year. While launching the annual report, EACC Chairman David Oginde and Chief Executive Officer Abdi Mahamoud, however, decried weak enforcement of Chapter 6 of the Constitution, threats and intimidation and interference with witnesses as hindering the fight against graft. Counties and public corporations are among the entities being investigated for embezzlement of public coffers.
Targeting our officers. We are in the process of evacuating one of our officers from one of our regions because of the threats to his life in the course of his duty. Institutional silos that hinder coordinated action, rising public apathy, and the normalization of unethical behavior remain a challenge. These challenges cannot be tackled by EACC alone. They require the concerted effort of government, private sectors, religious community leaders, our partners, and ultimately the collective resolve of all citizens.
The Commission successfully recovered assets worth Kenya shillings 3.4 billion, up from 2.9 billion in the previous year. This demonstrates a tangible increase in the effectiveness of our asset recovery efforts. This positive trend extends to other critical areas, including 54 cases that were finalized in court compared to 45 in the previous year. Convictions also saw a remarkable increase from 12 cases to 33 cases, among other achievements.
Women under the Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization are calling on the government to support scaling up of a scientific water purification system, which they say has transformed health and livelihoods in many households. Led by National Chairperson Rehab Muiu, who spoke during a sensitization forum for the project dubbed Sawa Safe Water Safe Life, the women say the technology that taps into ultrasound rays to purify water has significantly reduced cases of waterborne diseases and ensured families access safe drinking water. They further appealed to the government to support the project and ensure more households across the country have access to clean and safe drinking water.
He directed his Minister for Water to work with us. We did have a meeting and we still wait, hopefully. This is a Christmas season, sir. Kutoka Ulaya, ukisema tu, hawa mama nataka 10,000 cans, tupatie wa mama Christmas. Tutashukuru sana rais.
Moving on, Vibo Eats has launched a Million Meals Drive, an ambitious national campaign aimed at delivering 1 million freshly prepared meals to vulnerable families this Christmas season. The initiative will run through the company's digital food platform in partnership with restaurants, NGOs, CBOs, and self-help groups across the country. Project lead Rachel Mwangi stated that the campaign seeks to tackle both hunger and Kenya's worsening food waste crisis. She said Kenya loses between 5.2 and 9 million tons of food annually, with each Kenyan wasting about 99 kilograms per year. He noted that major losses occur in staples such as maize, potatoes, fish, and fruits.
platform, these restaurants serve as our food banks. What we do, we engage with the CBOs, NGOs, and even the self-help groups, which help us identify the vulnerable and the needy people in the society. These are the people that we give now. We are able to book food for, get vouchers for, so that we can redeem them and get the food from the restaurants.
Principal Secretary for Basic Education, Ambassador Professor Julius Bitok, has assured junior secondary schools JSS teachers that the government will employ them on permanent and pensionable terms in the next financial year. His remarks come amid growing tension among JSS teachers who have threatened to down their tools when schools reopen for the 2026 academic year after the government failed to honor its earlier promise to confirm them by December this year. Ambassador Professor Bitok said the government has heard their grievances and remains committed to fulfill its pledge. And that report in regards to JSS teachers, we will be getting more details in regard to that after this quick break. We're taking a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Police in Nyasancha sub-location in Nyaribari-Chache, Kisii County are investigating an incident where a 13-year-old grade 9 pupil was defiled and murdered. Purity Atisia went missing 4 days ago while grazing their cows with her sister before her body was found in a maize plantation. Her father, Nelson Atisia, is calling on the authorities to expedite the investigation to bring the culprits to book.
Tunaomba serikali, tunaomba Tonya Toto, tunaomba chief, all the chief areas, kulingana na hii area yetu wote. Wakina Nyaboke wote washikane na chief. Mtusaidie. Tumeogopa hata watoto wetu hatuwezi kuwatuma shambani. Hawezi kuenda kuchota maji. Sasa tutapeleka watoto wapi na serikali iko kwetu na sisi?
This is a very sad moment that we've lost our dear sister. And this is the first ugly incident that has happened in this particular location. I urge my dear brothers and sisters to become at this particular trying period so that the investigations can carry on, and then we need to unearth this problem and the challenge that has just come.
And away from that disturbing story, a massive landslide has disrupted transportation and water distribution between Gilgil, Nakuru County and Karuri, Kipipiri, Nyandarua County. Large trenches were spotted on the road along the border of Nyandarua and Nakuru counties, causing significant damage to infrastructure, hence bringing movement to a standstill. Take a look.
Residents of Murango village along the Turasha road at the Nyandarua-Nakuru counties border stare in shock at the multiple fault lines on the road. At a distance, the lorry with cargo stands, the large trenches on the road clearly disrupting movement.
Hata mporomoko yenyewe haijasimama. Mkiangalia pale juu tumeona bado inazidi kusonga tukiwa wapi? Tukiwa hapa. So jambo la kwanza na jambo la dharura, watu watengenezewa escape route pale juu. Kuna njia ambayo badala inaweza tengenezwa as we wait for the nature to take its course.
We have no experience of such. We have been born here, we have been brought up here. The mountains have been there, but we've never witnessed something of this nature.
It is reported that the scale of disruption has affected key institutions and thousands of households across the two counties. Critical water and electricity lines have also been destroyed.
So it's a disaster that we want to call upon the national government, because this is beyond the county government, and also the county government of Nakuru because Konoike Dam serves the people of Gilgil, it serves Nakuru City, it serves the DOD, that is the Gilgil Barracks, it serves the NYS.
Authorities have warned residents to avoid the area and use alternative routes as assessments continue.
From what we are able to assess, the damage has been big. The road to Gilgil from Turasha, from Jura has been completely cut off. And therefore, we are here so that we are able to advise the citizens on the alternative routes to use so that we don't endanger their lives. One thing I want to comment is that the extent of the landslide has been big. A span of almost 100 meters has been affected.
A multi-agency response team has also been deployed to coordinate emergency and restoration efforts.
And this landslide has gone all the way to River Turasha, and it has been blocked completely. And we are also trying to monitor on how the water levels are rising so that we ensure when the water builds up, it is going to have an exit route. But we have alternative routes that they can use to continue with their engagement. From Karori, there is a road leading through Kimbo to Rangaranga. That is an alternative route that can be used by vehicles, by motorists and persons on pedestrians on foot.
5 families directly affected by the landslide will require relocation, while more than 260 households living near the danger zone will be sensitized. Kamche Menza for Lunchtime News.
Let's now revisit our earlier story where Principal Secretary for Basic Education, Ambassador Professor Julius Bitok, has assured junior secondary school JSS teachers that the government will employ them on permanent and pensionable terms in the next financial year. His remarks come amid growing tension among JSS teachers who have threatened to down their tools when schools reopen for the 2026 academic year after the government failed to honor its earlier promise to confirm them by December of this year. Ambassador Professor Bitok said the government has heard their grievances and remains committed to fulfilling its pledge.
Mheshimiwa Rais amesikia malilio yenu, amewasikia sana, na nataka kuhakikishia kwamba ametuambia kwamba tujipange, tuhakikishe kwamba in the next financial year tuweze kuweka budget ili watu wetu wa JSS walimu waweze kuwa confirmed. So mtulie kwa sababu Mheshimiwa Rais amewasikiza.
And to the coast now, where a dispute is brewing at Mnarani Beach, a landing site in Kilifi town between a local investor turned boat builder and a Chinese company over the ownership of a pier. Kilifi County Beach Management Unit Chairperson Mohammed Shosi claims the local investor had obtained all illegal documents to utilize the pier to construct the vessels that are to be distributed to local fishermen under the Blue Economy project.
Tatizo ni kwamba hii kampuni ya Wachina ilikuwa imemaliza lizi yake. Sasa baada ya kwamba imemaliza lizi yake, huyu bwana brigadier alichukua hatua kwamba akafuata taratibu zile ambazo zinasibu kweli kupata ile nafasi. Alichukua taratibu za kufuata paka akapata paka itwaje leseni hapa mahali. Imefikia mahali sasa Wachina sasa hatujui ni njia gani wanatumia ili kupata hii nafasi.
Sisi tulikuwa tunataka kampuni yenye itaingia hapo ikiwa stable, yani itutengeneze barabara, itupe ajira, kipato kiwa angalau, yani tujikimu kimaisha.
And in other news, Kenya Broadcasting Corporation staff pension scheme is protesting a ruling by Justice Ocharo Kebira directing the taxing master to base his calculation on the erroneous 18 billion shillings that lawyer Morara Omoke claims he recovered for the scheme. through its chairman, Martin Kingasia. The pension scheme on Monday sought to have the Deputy Registrar, Daniel Mbenja, who is the taxing master, hear its plea before deciding on the matter. The scheme is questioning how lawyer Morara Umoke was hired at an agreed legal fee of 450,000 shillings, wants to have his base fee based on the fictitious 18 billion shillings. The taxing master allowed the scheme's chairman to file his written submissions through its lawyers Gekera and Vadgama Advocates by close of business Monday to help him make a ruling on the 15th of December 2025. Elsewhere, education stakeholders in Nyatike, Migori County have called for an all-inclusive strategy to curb rising cases of teenage pregnancies and the spread of HIV and AIDS among young people in the region. Led by Nyatike Member of Parliament Tom Odege, the stakeholders emphasized the need to involve youth in sports and other constructive activities, noting that such engagements would not only help nurture talent, but also occupy young people productively, reducing the time spent on behaviors that expose them to risks.
So that our youth can be engaged. But again, we are bringing key foreigners like Gormaya is around here, FKF is also around here. We want those who are talented and are mature to be picked and given opportunity to serve in other teams. So we don't just want our boys and girls to play here and they remain here. We want them to play here and they should be poached and given opportunity to perform in other levels.
The major predisposing factor of HIV and AIDS is just lack of awareness, especially on the cause and treatment or care, especially for the vulnerable.
That we have so many fishermen around. Okay, they get a lot of money from the lake. After getting this money, they spend them with these girls. They lure these girls with the money that they get from the lake. Apart from that, I can say poverty.
Community dialogue, huwa tunaongea na wazazi. So, unaangalia vile mzazi ukimuuliza swali, unaona vile anakujibu. So, unaona kuna gap. Like wazazi wame prioritize kazi yao sana kushinda watoto. So utapata mzazi atatoka saa 12 asubuhi, mtoto bado analala. Atarudi saa 4 usiku kama mtoto asha lala. So unaona kuna gap ya communication.
Moving on, teachers in Homa Bay County, allied to the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET, are raising the alarm over the shift from the Minet Medical Insurance Scheme to the Social Health Authority, SHA, arguing that the new cover restricts them to a single private hospital in the county. KUPPET officials say the restrictive system undermines their right to access comprehensive medical care. While expressing frustrations with approval procedures, the teachers are now threatening industrial action if the teething issues are not addressed soon.
Because only one hospital has been accredited, the nature of corruption that prevailed in the hospitals in Homa Bay is not the making of KUPPET, is not the making of KNUT, is not the making of KUSNET. And so we are asking the government to stop suspending the hospitals so that we have our teachers get services that they need.
The new stakeholders in the Kenya's mining sector are urging the government to tighten enforcement of mining laws to boost participation of local professionals. Speaking at the Mining Engineer Society of Kenya MESC annual end-of-year event, Chairman Joseph Komu raised concerns over persistent non-compliance of mining companies, saying the trend continues to deny Kenyan engineers key opportunities for skills development and knowledge transfer. Komu noted that despite clear requirements in the Mining Act and local content regulations, many operations still run without qualified Kenyan technical experts. He called on the State Department for Mining to enforce the law more strictly, including involving certified engineers before issuing mining permits.
We would like to appeal that before any mining or mineral processing or artisanal mining permits are issued, a qualified mining or mineral processing engineer must be engaged. This single requirement would significantly improve technical standards, safety, efficiency, and environmental stewardship across the sector.
Yet the goal that we have in this country and the call that we have in this country can do the magic and give us a 5 trillion and pay all this development for this country without paying a shilling or claiming a shilling in term of debt.
Residents and traders of Matayos Market in Busia County are raising alarm over escalating insecurity, blaming delayed police response for a surge in nighttime thefts and break-ins. They say the lack of patrol vehicles and poor coordination among security heads have left them vulnerable. They are calling on the local security agencies to urgently restore safety in the area.
Kila mara kuna visa vya uvunjaji maduka na kuibia wananchi mali yao. Saizi tuko na police post hapa juu, but tunaona ni kama haitusaidii kwa sababu kila wakati hakuna hata security hapa.
Nahitaji mbunge Bwana Geoffrey Odanga uwasiliane na idara husika wakaweze kutupatia magari za kutusaidia katika security yetu ya Matayos.
Very well, it's about 25 minutes past the top of the hour. We are due for a second break. We take a quick break, then we come back. I run you through a couple of more stories, then we do business, and finally, sports.
To Marcelo, and I don't think he'll forgive me.
I really hate that woman, Rafaela. But I found out that I couldn't do anything because she is the wife of a man who has placed all of his trust in me.
For me, you're the most handsome man here in Puebla. What do you want from me? It's about time that you and I clear things up.
But I was inside the house when your mother fell from the second floor.
I know someone named Clara. Clara what? She used to work here while my mother was still alive.
Got the fear of missing out? Want to keep up with all the latest entertainment news and latest celebrity gossip? From the latest rumors to popping events to the newest fashion trends, here is where you get all the tea or juice when it comes to entertainment, and you get it served on time. All that and so much more on Grapevine every single Monday only on KBC Channel 1. Remember, if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened.
Welcome back to Lunchtime News, and many thanks indeed for keeping it Channel 1. For our next story, we look at the cabinet, where today we highlight Chris Barnabas Okemo, who served in a number of governments before the 2010 Constitution.
Okemo became a politician after an illustrious career in the private sector and in business, even serving as managing director of the government-owned Kenya National Assurance Corporation. He won the Nambale parliamentary seat in Busia during the 1997 elections, dislodging his political nemesis Philip Masinde. This was his second attempt. He had contested the seat in 1992 on a four-decile ticket, losing to Kanu's Masinde amid claims that the election was rigged in the ruling party's favor. Okemo was later appointed Minister for Energy, where he oversaw expansion of the energy sector, mainly in electricity supply from the traditional hydroelectric power to other sources, including geothermal. He also developed a blueprint for wind power, although he did not implement it. It was under his watch in the first stint, 1998, that independent power producers were vigorously used in a move explained as boosting electricity on the national grid to meet a shortfall by traditional power generators. Okemo was moved from energy to treasury. But it was his first budget speech that brought him fame. Okemo scrapped duty on public transport bicycles, commonly known as boda boda, arguing this would spur transport in the countryside. While many saw it as a sentimental tax waiver by a minister from Busia County, it spurred economic growth as intended. He joined the National Treasury at a time when the country was having difficulties with donors. Okemo became part of what was dubbed the Dream Team, a group of leading personalities from the private sector selected to revive the country's ailing economy when he was appointed Minister for Finance in August 1999. When President Daniel Arap Moi crafted the team of technocrats from the private sector in September 1999, he added the planning portfolio to Okemo's docket. Despite an otherwise good track record, a scandal surfaced while Okemo was still influential in the Moi government. In January 2001, his name was linked to that of a company associated with the former managing director of Kenya Power and Lighting Company, Samuel Gishuru, a powerful executive under Moi. Okemo was still at Treasury. A British Member of Parliament raised the matter in the House of Commons, saying there were companies in the UK that were being paid inflated bills by the government of Kenya for alleged services delivered. In February 2016, the Royal Court of Jersey confiscated the money laundered by the two. And on March 3, 2017, Chief Jersey Minister Senator Ian Gost signed an agreement with Treasury Permanent Secretary Kamau Thuge to return 380 million Kenya shillings to Kenya. Jackie Wambiru, The Cabinet.
Chris Okemo, former finance minister. We're talking about leadership. Let's look at how the governors are performing as well. The 2025 County Governors Performance Index by Polytrack Africa has placed Kisii Governor Simba Arati as the best performing county governor in the country, earning a 65% approval rating. Governor Arati's top ranking is credited to his investments in healthcare, infrastructure, road development, agricultural support programs, and enhanced revenue collection through digitized payment systems. The report combines a nationwide survey of over 13,000 registered voters across all 47 counties with fiscal data from the Office of the Comptroller of Budget. It sought to evaluate governors based on service delivery, fiscal management, leadership, and economic development, rather than popularity alone.
Roads, water, and agricultural sector scored highest particularly. And also, there was something concerning the fiscal prudence and trust, because we noted that governors who digitized revenues and showcased discipline enjoyed an amplified public confidence trend supported by improved on-source revenue collected within the counties. Also, strategic vision differentials, particularly leaders who have prioritized industrial parks, digital hubs, demonstrated that long-term planning is recognized and valued by citizens.
Time to tilt the lens and focus on business. The Kenya Bureau of Standards has enhanced its food and product testing capabilities following the commissioning of 4 state-of-the-art laboratory testing equipment. KEBS Managing Director Esther Ngari says the upgraded systems, through a partnership with the British High Commission and Trademark Africa, will cut testing turnaround times from 6 hours to as little as 1 hour, minimizing compliance risk. The new investment, valued at over 67 million shillings, will enhance accurate food and product testing, hence sharpening Kenya's export edge and cut rejection rates for key food exports.
Staff have been trained in the use of this equipment so that we are able to improve on efficiency. Specifically, we have equipment that are able to test products at a faster rate. They are able to test more samples within a very short period of time. This equipment are helping us to reduce the turnaround time. Like for the NIR, which we used to get results maybe within 7 days. Now we are able to get results within a minute. It's amazing.
Through our partners, the British Standards Institute, and our delivery partner, Trademark Africa, that we've been able to deliver this project over the last 4 years, providing £700,000 worth of financial support. And what it means is Kenya can continue to be and cement its position as a hub for the region.
We are excited about this partnership because then we are able to influence the trade ecosystem, and especially with a focus on standards, to be able to ensure that the products that are coming into the country and leaving the country are well tested and are of great quality.
Young innovators are being offered a platform to come up with solutions to local challenges. Absa Bank Kenya Head of Sustainability and Corporate Affairs Charles Wakabi says the program aims to impact over 500 young innovators by offering them mentorship and boot camps to come up with innovative, sustainable solutions. The program is a partnership between Absa Bank Foundation and MK Africa's My Little Big Thing.
We are working with a big group of young people, and helping and working together with them to help them achieve what they dream about. And it also touches on natural resource management, since a lot of this will be touching on climate-related issues. And so it's a privilege to be able to join hands together with MK Africa to put this partnership in perspective, and we look forward to what it can be for us.
This is an incredibly exciting time for us at MK Africa because ABSA is opening up a new space for us to be able to reach even more young people than we have been able to in the past, training them and mentoring them on innovations around sustainability and offering them mentorship so that they can start sustainable ventures.
Moving on, players in the aviation industry are calling for the implementation of the National Aviation Policy, National Airstrip Policy and the Kenya Civil Aviation Regulations 2024 for the aviation industry to experience a long-term strategic direction, strengthening safety infrastructure and investment while creating a predictable environment for operators and investors. Kenya Association of Air Operators chairperson Mbuvi Ngunze says Kenya aviation industry remains vibrant but needs strong policy direction to ensure stronger safety, oversight and predictability for operators in the sector.
Policy framework. Just like any industry, we have seen a lot of new policies being introduced by the government. At times, they can go against the norm for stakeholders, but nonetheless, we continue to work again with government to ensure that the policies they are presenting to the table are fit for purpose to serve the industry.
Kenya punches way above its weight in terms of aviation. When you compare to aviation penetration in Africa, Kenya, not only around its national carriers, but also general aviation has very many participants in the aviation space. So, for example, we have over 70 members, which is just a demonstration of the number of operators in aviation, not only aircraft operators, but also people who do maintenance or associated services.
Further afield, Air Transat, one of Canada's largest airlines, is gradually suspending some flights ahead of a planned strike. The union representing the airline's pilot issued a 72-hour strike notice on Sunday, announcing that Air Transat pilots will stop showing up to work on Wednesday. The contract agreement is not reached. Here are the details of this and other stories making headlines from other parts of the world. That story, I'm informed by my director, will be coming to your way in a few. But let's look at another one where a stronger link between institutional capital and productive real estate is essential for the pensions industry and private investment. Speaking when Batian Property Fund took over management of the Cube, Batian Property Fund CEO Timothy Mulondo said the deal is intended to expand real estate options available to pension schemes.
The long-term goal or objective is to ensure that we can secure the future financial security of Kenyan workers. And we will be seeking to ensure that the assets are well managed and seeking to also offer very competitive returns with proper asset management for our clients.
Finding a partner like Batian really spoke to alignment. We're aligned in terms of what the building brings to the market, how the business is future-proofed, and how, when you look at long-term returns, this level of quality really guarantees that. So that's really how the alignment came within the partnership.
Acquisition of the Cube is going a long way into giving our clients access into the property asset class through one vehicle, through a diversified vehicle with specialist management to give them good returns.
And for our next item, we cross over to Busia, where Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi had a candid conversation with my colleague Ben Chumba in regards to sustainable energy solutions in Busia County. Let's first of all listen in.
Because electricity is the engine of development. Without electricity, you can't grow. These people have been in darkness for the last 60 years. These people. And now they are seeing electricity, courtesy of the national government headed by President William Ruto. It is our objective that by the time we get to 2027, every possible village will be connected. Well, what we want to ensure first and foremost is that by the year 2030, we achieve 100% transition to clean energy. We are currently at about 93%. We are more than convinced that by that time we shall have achieved the 100% transition. But also, in the same year, we want to have achieved the universal electricity accessibility. Currently, the country hovers at around 76%. We are more than convinced that with the strategy and the commitment and the plan put in place by the President and his government, that is going to be achievable. And this country, for sure, is going to transform. Yes.
Thank you. Mheshimiwa, how will this change the economic status and activity of this region?
First, I must say that this marks a milestone in the development of the communities in Teso South, the launching, the commissioning of power, because we've been in darkness forever. And we've been talking about equity in distribution of all resources. And again, I must say that this is a testament that the president is committed to improving all infrastructure and enhancing the quality of lives of people across the country. And I want to encourage him that this process continues across Kenya. This power that my people will see today is going to boost the economy of this place. We've taken our young people to TVETs, they have acquired the skills. Most of them will start their own small businesses. We are going to build entrepreneurs from these local villages. Those doing welding, Christmas is around the corner. There'll be a lot of ice cream all over the place. They will be making it at home. Our people are doing fishery. They have dams, doing fishing business. They'll be able to harvest their fish and store in fridges within their homesteads and sell them. There is a lot of activities that are powered, that are supported by power, that will be happening along in this community. And we'll even be able to attract investors to come and put businesses within these areas, because we have power, because power drives the economy of any country.
There are those members of the public or the residents who are still on the waiting list, yet to be connected. What is your message to them?
I know there are so many villages still waiting to be connected. In this phase one, we are South Sub-County. After that, we'll be having every financial year, we shall be having more projects. So I want to plead with them to be patient. Kama tujakufikia leo, ujue bado tutakufikia. Tunaweka zile vijiji zote wale hawana stima, tutawaweka katika mpango yetu. So that tukimaliza zile ambazo tuna launch leo, na zile ambazo tutafanya between now na February, we shall be having another lot following in the next financial year.
Maybe you can tell us what message do you bring to the community here today?
Indeed, today we are pleased to be here in Amungura village, Teso South constituency, Busia County. I am flanked by the area MP, the Honorable Mary Emase, and the local leadership. We have come here as a ministry and through our agency known as REREC to launch this electrification project. We have got a very, very robust program for this county and for this constituency, just like we have for the rest of the country, of ensuring that we take electricity to the people for their own economic empowerment. This county of Busia has been allocated some 1 billion shillings to connect some 17,000 or so households, okay? And Teso South is going to be allocated about 20 million out of that to bring on board about 2,500 households. This is a continuing exercise, and it's part of the promises that were given out by President William Ruto. As a ministry, our work is to support and assist the president to ensure that he meets his commitments, that he delivers on his commitments, that he ensures that whatever he promises people are delivered. And that's what we are doing here, and the people are very happy, because electricity is the engine of development. Without electricity, you can't grow. These people have been in darkness for the last 60 years, these people. And now they are seeing electricity, courtesy of the national government headed by President William Ruto. It is our objective that by the time we get to 2027, every possible village will be connected, so that this country can actually leap from where it is currently to a first world economy. And that's the vision of the president. And we are supporting him towards its realization. So today is a very happy day for Amungura, a very happy day for Teso South, a very happy day for Busia County.
We understand that you'll be commissioning another project in Game constituency today. Maybe you can mention about it.
Well, from here we shall move to Game constituency in Serie A County to similarly do a launch and commissioning of the projects of electrification. And this is something we do every day in every part of the country. The good thing with this government is that in its development plan, no part of the country is being left behind.
Waziri, looking into 2026 and beyond, in terms of electrification and renewable energy, what is the vision for Kenya?
Well, what we want to ensure first and foremost is that by the year 2030, we achieve 100% transition to clean energy. We are currently at about 93%. We are more than convinced that by that time we shall have achieved the 100% transition. But also, in the same year, we want to have achieved the universal electricity accessibility. Currently, the country hovers at around 76%. We are more than convinced that with the strategy and the commitment and the plan put in place by the president and his government, that is going to be achievable. And this country, for sure, is going to transform. Yes.
Thank you. Mheshimiwa, how will this change the economic status and activity of this region?
First, I must say that this marks a milestone in the development of the communities in Teso South, the launching, the commissioning of power, because we've been in darkness forever, and we've been talking about equity in distribution of all resources. And again, I must say that this is a testament that the president is committed to improving all infrastructure and enhancing the quality of lives of people across the country. And I want to encourage him that this process continues across Kenya. This power that my people will see today is going to boost the economy of this place. We've taken our young people to TVETs, they have acquired the skills. Most of them will start their own small businesses. We are going to build entrepreneurs from these local villages. Those doing welding, Christmas is around the corner. There'll be a lot of ice cream all over the place. They will be making it at home. Our people are doing fishing business. They'll be able to harvest their fish and store in the fridge in farm states. And there is a lot of activities that are powered, supported, happening. Even be able to come and within this power economy of any country.
Members of the who are still on the way connected, what is your message to them?
I know just still waiting to be connected. In this phase one, we are connecting about 12 villages across the county and Teso South. After that, we'll be having more projects. So I want to plead with them to be patient. Kama tujakufikia leo, ujue bado tutakufikia. Tunaweka zile vijiji zote wale hawana stima, tutawaweka katika mpango yetu. So that tukimaliza zile ambazo tuna launch leo, na zile ambazo tutafanya between now na February, we shall be having another lot following in the next financial year.
Thank you for making time for KBC. Labda tuzungumze pia na mama hapa tuweze kujua mama nahisi vipi kwamba stima imeweza kufika kwake. Mama, mwanzo tueleze majina yako na unahisi vipi leo?
Kwa majina ni Christina Kisa. Mimi nimeshukuru Mungu kwa yale Mungu amenitendea. Kulingana hii area tumepata stima, nimeshukuru. Nimeshukuru Mary Hamase, mama Achulu.
Mwanzo tueleze hali ilikuwa namna gani kabla stima ikuje?
Hali ilikuwa mbaya. Hali ilikuwa mbaya, tulikuwa tunahakisha taa. Paka ununue mafuta taa, koroboi. Tulikuwa tunanunua taa, mafuta unamwaga ndani mafuta ikiisha paka uende Dongozi ndio upate mafuta taa. Lakini sasa hii niko sawa. Hata rangi yangu imegeuka.
Kwa hivyo unasema hii imekuondolea aibu?
Sana hata leo ni maajabu. Leo niko sawa.
Kwa labda mambo ya usalama, kusoma kwa watoto vitabu
watoto wamesoma wanaenda kupita mwaka hii. Kwa sababu hawakuwa wanasoma vitabu kwa sababu hakuna taa. Nimeshukuru sana.
Kuna wale wenzako labda bado hawajafikiwa na stima, unaweza kuambiaje?
Stima itapatikana. Mama amesema atafika boma kwa boma.
Time for sports news. Kenya has earned widespread praise from regional baseball officials after successfully hosting the Africa World Baseball Under-15 qualifiers, a week-long tournament that brought together top emerging talents from across the continent. The event, held at the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, JKUAT, concluded with South Africa clinching the sole ticket to represent Africa in the next year's Under-15 World Series set to take place in Italy.
South Africa displayed remarkable consistency throughout the competition, setting the top spot with the disciplined pitching, powerful battling, and tactical execution.
We are going to watch to see if it's going to advance the next phase or not.
Their victory guarantees the region's representation at the global event, where they will compete against world baseball powerhouses.
Delivers.
Uganda finished second after putting up a spirited challenge, while South Sudan impressed many with a strong run that saw them secure that place in their debut appearance. Host Kenya settled for the fourth position, but officials noted significant improvement in the team's technical ability and game management.
So Kenya is growing as a baseballing nation, and we are hoping that going forward, and the lessons picked from this tournament are going to be applied as we prepare for the Olympics.
So we are trying to mold now, hoping that in the near future, players, because challenges it's not easy.
The baseball visiting Kenya for delivering a well-organized tournament, citing quality and a supportive environment for young athletes. They noted that Kenya's commitment to growing baseball was evident in the flawless execution of the qualifiers. Frederick Muki for Lunchtime News.
Kenyan professional golfer Njoroge Kibugu won his maiden NCBA Professional Golfers of Kenya PGK Equator title after producing a composed performance over 4 rounds to post a total of 279, finishing 9 under par and securing a one-shot win over Samuel Shege and his older brother Mutahi Kibugu in the hotly contested round. It was a battle between the Kibugus for the final round, playing on the same flight for the second day running alongside Edwin Mudanyi. Double bogeys in the 8th and 9th for Njoroge saw Mutai catch up on 8, but 2 birdies on the back 9 for Njoroge as compared to Mutai's 1 saw him grab the title. Njoroge played rounds of 69, 71, 69, 70, while Shege carded 72, 74, 69 and 65, with Mutai scoring 70, 71, 70 and 69. Seasoned player Greg Snow and NCBA back professional Edwin Mudanyi concluded their campaigns at 5 under 4 respectively.
My putting on the first day was not the best, so I worked on that going into the last 3 days, and it helped a lot. And really, I was just trying to make a lot of pars, make the birdies I need to make, especially on the par 5s. I didn't do that as well today, but for most of the tournament.
So we look at how well they're playing, is one not playing very well, and the conversations we've had with PGK is to make sure that we support the ones who are doing great.
Kit, you'll not feel cold on the...
And further afield, Rasmus Højlund scored both goals as Napoli went top of the Italian Serie A with a 2-1 win over Juventus last night. The Denmark forward, who is on loan from Manchester United, slid in to put the defending champions ahead before Juve hit back when Kenan Yildiz equalized after a counter-attack. However, Højlund secured the points with his second, a 78-minute header from point-blank range. Napoli now have 31 points, 1 ahead of Inter Milan in second. Juventus are 7th on 23 points.
Yildiz, that's more like it. It had to be him for Juventus tonight. Their one standout performer this season. And Kenan Yildiz with the number...
Of course, the Champions League resumes from tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. And for all that action and the results, you can trust your true sports partner, KBC Channel 1. And on that note, we've come to the tail end of this broadcast. Indeed, many thanks for joining us. On behalf of everyone who's made this broadcast, including my director for the day, Mogo Karaoke, I wish you a fantastic afternoon and happy holidays. My name is Njue, and Ann Wangeshi has been my co-anchor on the sign language interpreter on the bottom of your screen.
Bag ni ya nini?
Pacho mate madaraka te lazima nikuwe nyumbani.
Hii si madaraka, ni Jamhuri Day.
You want the intestine yoro?
Ni nani waita sahi?
Unajua Kifaransa?
Najua kila kitu, hata akitaka kuongea mbolingo na chao.
Ini chakula ina gani? Hata mtu akinipata mtu ambaye anaisimika kama mimi, anakula chakula kwa juala. Watu ungespected kama wewe wakulangi chakula ya mlango ya nyuma. Mimi nimekuja hapa kwa hoteli kula chakula.
Uko na toraji?
Angalia hizi ndevu zangu. Kila mtu akipata nywele nyeupe ni alikuwa maumau.
Ipo siku. Hata sisi yupo suwa sajabe is bad, very bad.
But what does it have to do with me?
Oh, la 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 la.
My name is Crystal Dilworth. I'm a neuroscientist with a PhD from Caltech in Pasadena, California. So I think prediction is human brain's need for certainty in an uncertain world. Oh, the idea that humans are at the top of the food chain, and then you see a tsunami or you see what an earthquake can do. Really reading the signs early so that we can alert a population to things are about to get worse, which is what the early warning system does. It's not predicting that it's going to happen soon. It's moving a signal faster than the earthquake is moving the earth.
Powering the future. Confronting the world's challenges with cutting-edge solutions, medical breakthroughs, and high-tech discoveries. These are the stories of our planet. This is VOA Tech.
Los Angeles, August 28th, 2018. It is just after 7:30 in the evening. The sun has just set over the Pacific. Cars fill the freeway as motorists head home for the night. At the central train station, commuters rush off to their gates. Then it happens. Earthquake. Just 3 seconds before 7:33 p.m.,